Hello my friends, and welcome back to part 2 of my paper making. So this is how the first one looked, where I had put the leaves. Some of them left some white marks, and this is the most colorful one that I did not do in camera. So this was the first one. So let's take our pliers and see if we can maybe get these leaves off without ruining the paper. It's still a bit wet underneath some of the leaves, at least. This was a little bit stuck. Not so hard, but like that. And this one. Ooh, look at this. Beautiful. Love that edge. If they are stuck, you can just use your finger and rub a little bit. It will come off. Oh my, look. Love, love, love it. You can do several of these and then take copies of them, as these are made on watercolor paper. It's a bit thick to use them as they are. Maybe on as pockets. But this is 300 grams, so it's really thick and not good for pages. But then you can copy it. So I will leave this to dry a little bit more before we do anything from it. So this was the last one we did. Beautiful marks. Oh yes, so nice. Rubbing off the salt. that in my bin. Like that. So then I'm going to take my brush and actually add a little bit of color on these white ones, and that's totally up to you if you want to use it as a white spot or if you want to add just a little something to make the color even. Just adding a little bit of light blue watercolor on it. So I don't want it to look like it's ripped off. Just like that. I think I covered all the white spots. And the same on this one, but I'm going to use a brown color on this. And doing the same, just add a bit of brown to the white spots so it doesn't look like it's ruined. Dabbing in some color to make it a little bit more uneven. Okay, so I will leave these to dry a little bit and then I will be back so we can make something beautiful for our journals with it. So my papers are dried and I will show you the result. So this was the one with the blue and coffee. I have already messed up when I filled my palette, so I have other colors on my wrist. So you can see a bit of shimmer from the coffee granulated that is on it. And this was the one with pink. Like that too, actually. Here you can see from the salt the small pattern that has become into the paper. And this was the dark one that I had painted on earlier. And this also have a lot of nice granulation from the salt on it. And I love the coffee stains. And this is totally perfect, this leaf. And this too. Almost look like it's not real. So I have taken copies of them like this, and we are going to do a little painting. So I have added matte medium on this one, and we are going to paint. I'm just going to move my light a little bit, see if that can be better. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper and take away the color I have already splattered on my desk. So I have done a little drawing. I don't know if you even can see it. It's very thin. A agapanthus flower, and I'm going to add some acrylic paint to it. So it will be a little bit more fun. And I'm blending sap green and some ink. So let's see if we can make a little fun small leaves. On top of this. Add a little bit of dark to them so they get a little differences. Actually, it was one more. Where did my rug go? It's a bit of a shimmer on the paper, so I don't see quite as I should. Maybe it's the age. I don't think so. Can't be. No. How could I even think about that? Okay. Something like that. And on the other side, I'm just going to do some more leaves, so it gets kind of another layer. And we will draw the stems with the pen when this has dried a little bit. But we can do some leaves on the other side for now, so we just can make some. And maybe one more. Give them a little different. Giving them some life and movement with some white. This is the fun part with acrylic paint. You can add color afterwards and get a little bit of more fun colors. So I think I will do the same on these ones. Just a little, something little. Blending it a little bit so it's not too big differences on them. bit of darker color on these near the stem. Okay, so let's put that aside to dry, and then I'm going to just add some fun white, I think, to these, just so we get kind of another layer. Lighten them up a little bit. And then I'm thinking a few flowers. So like kind of in between all these leaves. And I'm just blending the white with a little bit of dark, so we can kind of do some roses. Or something. You can decide what you want it to be, if it's roses or if it's some other flower that could be nice to paint. I'm just doing some easy C strokes and let them be like kind of fantasy flowers. Leaving that at a side view. Maybe one up here. Just adding a little bit more white so they can stand out a little bit more. And a little bit of dark. give them some shadows. A little bit more of the ink. See if we maybe can kind of give these a little bit of green to lighten them up a little bit. It goes nicely with the green. Not too much, just that little bit of extra feeling of freshness. Around them. Okay, I'm going to stop fiddling now and leave this to dry. So I will be back in a minute, and we can continue when these two have dried. Okay, let's continue and see if we can get a stem on these. Making them a little bit thicker. That, and then I'm going to take the thinner pen, a 005, to go around the flowers. I want a little bit of edge around them, but not as thick as on the stem. I think I'm actually gonna go for another one. If I can find it at the moment. It's always like that, something is not where it should be. That was too thick. Let's see if this is. Some of the pans do not like matte medium, so they are a little bit like they work a little while and then they suddenly stop working. But this was okay. And then let's do a stem for this one too. Doing the same, drawing a thin line, very light on my hand. Making the stem a little bit thicker, so it looks more natural. And it's always a bit thicker where they go together, where the meat. So now we can just take pieces of this and use in our journal. On this one I just did some lightnings and some white splatter on it. So we can add something more later if we feel that it's needed. And on this one I'm also going to do a few lines just for making it a little bit more standing out. Not too much. You can add, but you can't take away when you have added something, so go slowly and don't add too much. Okay, so let's make something. So I'm going to add a piece of textile on the back of this, so it gets a little bit more sturdy. Now I have forgot to put on the lid. Nico is trying to hunt down a meatball. He plays with his food, and I got him some meatballs before I got upstairs, so now he is playing with it. I can hear it on his noise. The sound is special when he plays with his food. So he is hunting and killing a meatball at the moment. He's a playful little boy, my Nico. Crooked, so I'm going to cut it like that and put the lid on. Have to be this way. So going to find some lace. This is a box I have ready to go in case I need to be away from home. Like that one, and maybe something more. Have a monogram, that's fun, and that one could be fun. Oh, that one was nice, but it will disappear. So I think I want one of these flowers with a bit of kind of lace. I'm going to take the glue stick because I'm going to sew. So I want this to be glued down but not as stiff as it gets with the bookbinding glue. Don't want to cover that rose. So, and then I'm thinking going to use the monogram AP. This has been embroidered on an 1800 bed linen. So the textile is a little bit easy to rip, but that's okay. That works. Take off a little bit more so we don't cover the rose. Letting both of these peek out a little bit so it's not so neat. So let's do a little bit of sewing. Something like this. It's easier to sew if you kind of do your marks before. And then just some simple stitching around it to make it stand out a little bit. Keep forgetting that I have zoomed in the camera, so I hope I have been in frame all the time. I have a piece of an old magazine from 1929, and I'm going to use the date, I think, to use as a little label. I'm just looking for something a little bit darker in color. We can maybe find that. That wasn't so much darker. Maybe it works anyway. Use the book page as a little frame. doing a little bit of French knots just to give it a little black down here too. Maybe if I can get it through. So it has a little bit of black. Okay guys, this is it for today. But it will be a beautiful flip. You can sew it down and use it as a flip, or you can put it down on 3 sides and use it as a side pocket or a top pocket. Or you can just have it as a little curtain on something else in the journal. So go and play and see if you can make some fun papers. So I hope you got a little bit of inspiration from this, that you can make your own papers and not always need to have digitals. This can be so fun, and you can do them in which color you like, and maybe do a theme with the color you like the most. Thank you so much for being with me today. See you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.